Hey, you guys. Hi. Just feeling a little reflective here this morning. It's Monday. It's the last few days of our time here at Valley and Beyond. And I just, sat down to write a little note before this live video, and it got really long because I've been thinking about the last 11 years. I went to Bali in '94, and on a consciousness expanding group. I went to be with my teacher, who I didn't know at the time was going to be my teacher, and spent 30 days in an intense, really intense awakening group. It was amazing, but I fell in love with Bali at the time, and that was in '94, and I couldn't. The idea of making a difference in Bali and of having a store and bringing stuff from there stayed with me. I came home in '94 and had young children and work to do. I wasn't able to do it until 2007. I was able to go back to Indonesia and back to Bali and really checked it out and decided I could do this. And so 2008, we got our first container, and that was 11 years ago. And we actually had our first little store kind of in a warehouse, not very far from where this warehouse is. And we also set up in the basement of our store on 11th Avenue. And so that was 11 years ago, and the 11th Avenue store was great. I remember sitting in the basement of that store in 2008 and 2009, and I started my first little Facebook group, and I remember my son Lucas saying, "Dad, that's a waste of time, that Facebook thing." And I thought, no, Dad, no, I don't think it is a waste of time. And so the early days were a lot of fun. We had our tile store, City Tile, upstairs, and people really supported us. And I'm a bit of an adventurer, and kind of we opened a second store in TD Square. We had two, a store in TD Square and a store on 11th Avenue. It's funny, the TD Square store, if some of you remember that we were there, we were only going to go there for Christmas, like it was going to be a pop-up store. And the core at the time was going through big changes, and they had a lot of empty stores, and so we ended up staying there for 2 years. I think we were there for 3 Christmases, maybe 3 Christmases, I think. And then we opened up on 17th Avenue, and still had the store on 11th Avenue. For a long time we were there, and lots of beautiful staff that we had over the years. It was just, that's part of it was great. And some wonderful people, and I learned a lot. I mean, isn't it funny? Only in Canada, maybe I guess you can do it in the States too, but when I think of how grateful I am that I didn't have a lot of education. I don't have a lot of education. I don't have a business degree, but I had a vision, and we had a lot of fun with it. We brought a lot of containers of product. We supported a lot of people's lives in Indonesia over the years. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different locations, and this is the last week of this one. And so I'm grateful. I really am, and thank everybody for all the years of support and education. Wow, have I learned a lot? I said in my note that I wrote that these last couple of years were kind of a bit like a relationship. Have you ever been in a relationship when you hung on long after it was over, and just in hopes that it would kind of rekindle or some fire would get lit again? Well, that's probably been the last couple of years here, but also in the last 2 years or 3 years, the new vision has come really clearly, and I started to teach meditation, and I have all the pieces in the puzzle to go together to help people create meditation spaces, and which is really beautiful. And I love that. I love that we're able to help people, create a space where they can, where they can sit and meditate and find, their connection with their higher power, God as they understand Him, or universal intelligence, or whatever that we want to call that. And meditation is such an amazing tool, and so I'm glad to be part of that. That's my new vision. I think we can lift the vibration of the whole planet by meditating together. And so I actually don't know what the plan is, where we're going from here, and that's okay. It's taken me years to get to this place, to realize that the best plans are not mine, that I have to surrender and to allow through meditation to connect with infinite intelligence and take direction. And that's my plan, to take direction and not to not to run the show, which is kind of cool, isn't it? I love that. So anyway, that's the deal. I'm grateful as heck. I really am, for all of my clients, all my customers, all my merchants that I've dealt with all these years in Bali, and all the staff that have worked with us, all the landlords that for the most part I've given such a hard time to. Love you guys, and my family who have been very supportive. My son Luke and Regan and my daughter Emily and their partners. It's all been great. So thanks, you guys. And we're here for a couple more days. We're not even going to pack this probably till Wednesday. And I've got a big move coming, and there's lots of stuff here that I'd really rather you took it than me. Okay, so love you lots, tons and tons. It's been great. Come visit. Oh, tonight's our last meditation night here. So come and sit with us. We have, the space in this room where we do our meditations on Monday nights, and this will be our last one. So come in and meditate with us, okay? Love you guys so much. Thanks so much for these last 11 years in Calgary with Bali and beyond. It's been it's been amazing. And so I'll keep you informed. We're not sure exactly, what's going to happen. I have a lot of product left, so I may have little pop-up stores or things like that to help move some of this stuff, and but we'll see. I'm open to whatever's next. Okay, cheers. Love you lots. Bye.